What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Transcending the Culture. I am 1/3 of your host. I am James, and I got the beautiful ladies, Tiff, and Cat Queen here in the building. What's
Hi,
up,
everybody.
ladies?
Hey.
Hi, everybody.
I still laugh every time Tiffany moves. So listen, we got a really, really good show in store for you guys today. Of course, we are going to be unpacking and breaking down some of the biggest trending and hot topics out here in the entertainment industry going on right now. Of course, it's a whole hell of a lot going on with Diddy. The accusations and the accusers keep on coming and they keep on coming. And your boy has been locked down for about a week and a half. So we're going to get into that a little bit more. What you say down there, Cat?
Oh, I can't wait to get into this Diddy watch this week.
Listen, it's so much going on out here. Aside from the Diddy stuff, of course, we have, all the stuff going on with Boosie and his daughter and, their situation.
Yeah, that was a mess.
So many deaths that are going on in the industry right now.
Yes.
From the sports industry to John Amos to Ken Page, who most people will know from The Wiz, from Broadway, and a few other people. Maggie Smith passed last year. If you guys don't know who Maggie Smith is, she was the head nun on Sister Act.
On Sister Act. She also was Professor McGonagall for all you Harry Potter fans.
Yeah. So yeah, she passed away, and I mean, there's been so many others. It's like they are going in 2s and 3s and 4s and 5s right now. Like people are just checking on out of here. So we will talk about a little bit of that. What else we got in trending topics, Cat?
Let's see. We got the lead story of the week, Cardi B and Offset. We'll talk about the divorce, the allegations, the social media arguments. And then we also have, like James said, young Boosie, getting into it with his daughter, blowing down on his son, Tootie Raw. And then we also have some different allegations against Diddy, Young Miami, Mary J. Blige, and also Pras is suing Lauryn Hill for a lot of things to do with these concerts. Them concerts ain't been concerting. So yeah, we have a lot. They ain't been concerting at all. So we're gonna get into a lot of that during Hot Topics. So you guys, let us know down below in the comments how you guys are feeling about Cardi B and Offset, how you guys are feeling about these celebrity deaths, and also about Lauryn Hill not doing her job. Did y'all want to see the Fugees? Did y'all have Fugees tickets?
Absolutely. Get in the comments. Please. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that notification bell so that you know when we have new uploads, new videos, new shows, and that sort of thing. But please get in the comments, because as we start breaking down and unpacking these different stories and these different topics, we definitely want to get your opinions. We want to get you in there. And listen, it's always the opportunity. It's always the chance that we might bring somebody on camera with us. So, get in the comments. Let us know you here. Tell us who you are. We are looking at the comments. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and for checking us out each and every Tuesday. So we can actually get started on some of these topics. But actually, before you do that, a couple things I want to say. We do have 2 guests who are coming onto the show tonight. We have rapper Cost Boy, who is out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And then we also have baseball star Donny Brooks from Akron, Ohio. He's going to be coming on to talk a little bit about the league. If you guys remember, Donny has been on the podcast actually a couple times now. So he's coming back just to update us on some things that is going on with his baseball league, which is, of course, down in the Akron, Ohio area. So if you're down in that area, you know who I'm talking about. And listen, this is something for our kids. Like, he is really, really doing a lot for the community and for our kids. So y'all definitely want to hear this, especially if you are in the Akron area, if you're in the Canton area. Like, he's always recruiting new kids, and it's good. Like, we got, obviously our kids are playing baseball, football, and basketball, but baseball is really where the money is, if you really think about it.
They're the highest paying. They're the highest paying, believe it or not. Not football, not basketball. Baseball is the highest paying.
Yeah, I'm so happy that, with Elijah being in college now, he's on the baseball team. And, he got the baseball scholarship, and he's doing good. They just made him a starter. So, like,
wow,
congratulations,
little cuz.
So yeah, so they are coming onto the show. I also want to update you guys. UGD Radio is now live. Listen, look at that ticker down at the bottom that's giving you all of our updated information. UGD Radio is live now. You can find us on TuneIn. Just go to www.tunein.com. You can listen to us there. Just search for us there, or you can download the TuneIn app. It is free, and there's so many radio stations on there. So, I mean, you can listen, obviously, to the DL Hewleys and the Ricky Smileys and everybody else, the Steve Harveys and everybody that got radio shows, but we are on that app as of Monday. So pull it up, download us. There is music playing right now as we speak, and we are working on getting content on there. The entertainment plug is back this coming Saturday from 11 to 1, and we're working on some more content and getting some more people on there. So download, tune in, search UGD Radio, and you guys can hear the station now. So really, really, really happy about that. So all of that being said, again, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, share, comment, and hit the notification bell so that you get the notifications when we are live, plus when we upload new material. Let's hit it, Kat.
Okay, y'all, let's get into Diddy Watch. Like, we have been keeping you guys updated all through the case. We were kind of first on the scene before he was even arrested, so let that be known. So let's start off slow with, we have allegations coming against Young Miami. She is Young Miami, aka Carisha Brown Lee, is looking at a lawsuit as well as possible criminal charges, and this is all alleged. They do have a victim who is remaining nameless as a Jane Doe, and she is alleging that she has been involved with P. Diddy for 4 years, and that him and Young Miami intimidated her to get an abortion when she became pregnant. And she said she got in multiple arguments and fights and possible physical altercations with Young Miami, and she said that a lot of the stress caused her to lose the pregnancy anyway. So what do you guys think about there is details coming out that Young Miami, aka Carisha Please, was in on some of the things that Diddy was doing when people previously thought she really wasn't in on it. So what do you guys think? Do y'all think she was complicit, or does this sound like her?
Me personally, I don't really know Young Miami to like, I don't know. It's like you said, it's all alleged, and he was a manipulator, so it could go both ways, man. She needs to just stay out the loop. She needs to just stay out the way. Let's say that.
Yeah.
They gonna be on Miami Watch.
Yeah, I know. We're going to be on Miami Watch pretty soon. What about you, James?
You know what? For real, I'm going to piggyback off of Tiffany a little bit and just say, first and foremost, I really don't know a whole lot about Young Miami. I do know that and I'm going to just keep it all the way real, I know that I really don't care for her a lot. And then, sometimes it's just aura. It's just the aura that people let off. So I didn't really necessarily get anything all that positive from her, but I think aside from that, I think that Diddy is meticulous, and he has been meticulous for all these years that we have known of him about who he dates and who he brings into his circle,
Right.
women, you know, in terms of women. And I think it's highly likely that she probably was a part of it, because I just don't feel like he's really dated anybody outside of maybe J Lo, and then again maybe not J Lo. But I don't think that he's really dated a lot of women who really stand up for themselves like that, or that really will tell him no and that shit stand. I think that he's been, you know, he's a master manipulator, and he's been able to basically do that. He's manipulated so many people, you know, especially women. And I think it's highly likely. And they were saying in the very beginning, like when stuff first started coming out, that she was part of some stuff, or that she was included. And I know that a lot of people was kind of backpedaling and saying that, okay, well, maybe she wasn't really part of it. But I mean, if you really look at everything that she has going on, it's stuff that was put in place by him. So like to me, the podcast ain't even really doing it. It's like she's looking for, you know, in terms of stories and topics and stuff like that. Like she's looking, to me, she's looking for the stuff that's gonna be out there, and that's gonna have everybody all on it, and like the drama seeking stuff. And I mean that, you know, that kind of leads to even the Boosie stuff, because you know he was on her show, you know, talking about his daughter and all of that stuff. And I just feel like any real journalists, while they are going to ask the tough questions and ask certain questions or whatnot, I think that I just feel like a real journalist, you know, wouldn't have gone there, or you know, especially in that type of arena, in that type of space and atmosphere, they wouldn't have took it to that, you know, to that level, or taken the conversation to that level.
A lot of the critics are saying that she shouldn't be having so much sexual talk on her show when she's kind of trying to combat these allegations.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I haven't even seen one of her shows, so to even I haven't even seen. Maybe I need to look at one of her shows.
I mean, I've seen them. I haven't seen a whole bunch of her shows, but I've seen enough. Like, yeah, I'm gonna just leave.
So not only are they saying that Carisha has been involved, there have also been allegations on his mother, Janice Combs, that she could possibly be facing some kind of charges. And there are just witnesses coming out left and right with different stories.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, listen, I done seen pictures, I done seen videos of them kissing in the mouth, and like, yeah, something been wrong with my mouth. So
there have always been some allegations and some weirdness surrounding him and his mother's relationship, because she was a young mother, and they had a very close, like they said, she would be there through all the little parties and things, and this is all alleged. So we're having Young Miami complicit, we're having Janice Combs supposedly complicit, and then there's also supposedly a mega superstar whose tape is being shopped around, because as these tapes are being entered into evidence, they are also being copied and sold throughout Hollywood. So there is supposed to be a very big, and I don't know if I want to say the name, but someone who recently suffered a death on a show. You know, they character had a very big death on a show this week. And they're saying
I can't say you, but I basically was going to say, and listen, this is all, and listen, this is all alleged, but I talked to you like 3 weeks ago, Kat, because I talked to you like 3 weeks ago, Kat, because I had actually, and I mean, I hear about it, I hear enough rumblings and stuff just because of the fact that I do a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of industry-wide stuff, you know, with the magazine and the websites and all of that stuff, and all of this is alleged, but I had actually been told like maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago that a tape was surfacing that was being sold, and that it had been turned over to the authorities, and that it had Mary J. Blige. And what was said about the video was that you could tell that She didn't know that it was she didn't know anything was being recorded, and that based on the conversation or just like what was being said, it looked like she wasn't part of anything. Um, so that and that's really all that I got from it. But again, all of that's alleged.
Yeah, so
Well,
there was reported on and there is the blind items this week. These are blind items that come out from insiders, and I heard that she was on there actually having some sort of sexual relationship with someone.
No, I hadn't heard it.
I heard that she was having sexual relations with someone and didn't know she was being recorded. So,
Yeah, no,
but they're saying, yeah, that's what I heard, that it was her, that was what was going on. Because let's remember, even the FBI said that Diddy had hidden cameras throughout his house, his homes, throughout his parties. Every time that anyone was doing anything in front of him, it was being recorded, and he kept those tapes, and those tapes are being entered into evidence. So I heard that someone is shopping a tape with Mary J having some sort of sexual relations. And now let's remember back in the day, and this is supposed to be an old tape. And Mary J dealt with some addiction issues in the past, so maybe it could have been around this time. But I heard it's nothing recent, and I heard that it was nothing embarrassing other than it being a celebrity sex tape. So that is what I heard from the blind items this week. You guys can look that up. They've been talking about it, I think, on the Insider. They've been talking about it on TikTok. So hopefully,
and again,
that's not true, but this is alleged, but that has been everybody's fear of, these tapes coming out, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's getting ridiculous. And then so we have a very disturbing story coming out today about Diddy, and this story just dropped a few hours ago, and this is being alleged by the Neighborhood Talk, and this is all alleged. And it says an attorney says there are 25 victims and sexual assault accusers, including minors at the time. The youngest being a 9-year-old boy. 9-year-old boy says Diddy lured him to a studio audition with the promises of a record deal with Bad Boy and allegedly assaulted and sexually abused him. Another victim was 15 years old and was raped by Diddy and others at an NYC party. And this is all alleged, and you guys can read about this on the Neighborhood Talk right now. Wow. So we have them coming out with minors, and we're also hearing young boys.
Yeah.
So we're really, it's really getting real muddy and real deep. And the sad part is a lot of these people have at least evidence that they were around him at certain times, that they were at least in his vicinity. And that's really all you need. At this point, it's like, if you could just prove you was around him.
Yeah.
It's like, so I think, it's only going to get worse. But yeah, we're finally having, the youngest victim in these cases being 9 years old. So what do you guys think about that coming out?
I think it's very sad. We was watching the news today, and homeboy it's all bad for a whole slew of folks. It's really all bad, and I really can't wait till he tell us who all was involved. Diddy really did it to himself this time. He said he like Nino Brown. If I'm going down, I'm taking everybody with me.
He is taking
everybody with him, and to the point where they need to watch that man in jail, because he on Diddy Watch. They really need to watch Diddy for real, because
he is under suicide watch. Now.
Mm-hmm.
But his attorneys and people are saying that he is reportedly in high spirits. He's been speaking to his family. They say he's been meditating. He's been talking to the Lord, and that he's confident.
Talk to the Lord now, bro.
And they said that he's confident that he will be getting out. They said that he's really still very confident that all this stuff is going to be resolved. And it's just literally lawsuit after lawsuit after charge after charge. So, and people are still talking about the baby oil. Did y'all see what Costco said about him?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So you guys know Diddy was caught with 1,000 bottles of baby oil and or lubrication.
Johnson.
And Johnson & Johnson. And so when his attorneys were asked, why he had all this oil and lube, he said, oh, well, he likes to buy in bulk. He likes to go to Costco and, stock up on things. Costco came out and said no store in America, nor any store that can ship to him, can ship in those large amount of quantities, and that it was an excessive amount that they don't even carry that. They one resident
was up
1,000 bottles. So yeah, he had 1,000 bottles. He had 500 sex toys. He had hundreds of lingerie, outfits, costumes, thongs, some used, some not. And this is all alleged of what they found in his sex dungeon. I don't know. His you know, they found all this stuff on his property. So they enter in all this stuff in the evidence. But yeah, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Costco said, not I. He didn't get that from us.
Did you see that? Did you
1,000 bottles of baby oil on the wall. 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
I know that's right.
Did you see that
said,
the Daily Mail got comment from Wendy?
What did you say, James?
I said, did y'all see that the Daily Mail got comment from Wendy?
No, I didn't. I'm looking at the comment from our transcender saying she want to be a fly on the wall. I know. I would love to just be there and see. Would y'all have went to a Diddy party knowing all that would have went down? Would y'all have went to one of the white parties or something just to be nosy? Would you be scared?
I mean, who wouldn't know? I don't think nobody knew that.
Yeah.
First of all, what you don't do is when you go to a party, you don't allow somebody to bring you a drink. You don't do that. Mm-hmm. That's in the foremost. You don't be stupid.
But they were saying that party favors would they said that it would be drinks, it would be bottles of, and you know, he had Ciroc and De Leon and things. They said that there would be things, and there would be, you know, then this is alleged, there would be blunts, there would be marijuana, there would be all kind of things for people to consume.
Absolutely.
And they said that the things were already drugged. They were already from the gate drugged when the people were coming into the party. So a lot of people didn't even know what they were doing. Opening brand new bottles.
So obviously the weed was already rolled up then. Already rolled up.
Yeah. That's what they were saying.
You can't do that. And then, you know, the Ciroc, it may look closed, but you know, you got needles and you can poke the needles into the bottle. I mean, there's ways.
We have Cassie, one of Cassie's closest friends, saying that she spent time with them, and at a party she said her someone rolled up her marijuana for her, and they proceeded to crush up some sort of drugs into it to the point where she had to end up at the hospital that night. And she told Cassie she didn't want to spend time, and she shouldn't spend time with them either. And she said that soon Diddy kind of cut off the communication between her and Cassie. So there was a lot of people, you know, a lot of allegations, but everybody's coming out saying all these crazy things. We have Justin Bieber coming out speaking. We have Khloe Kardashian coming out and speaking. We have just a lot of people. We have the victim of the shooting. Let's not forget that Diddy and Shine were accused of shooting a woman. This is during a Diddy and J-Lo breakup, and Shine actually went down. Even though anybody knows, the victim always maintained from the day one that it was Diddy that shot her.
But I feel a kind of way about Shine really saying anything, because he done came back and performed with him and did stuff with him since then.
He did. And now he's saying that he's evil, and you know, but a lot of people were under Diddy's spell, and also he was blackmailing these people. So we don't know what he was really doing. And now a lot of people, because he's behind bars, feel comfortable enough to share their story. So I'm just, you know, I'm waiting for Mace to say something. I'm waiting for, you know, the people that really was in it. And it's crazy.
Too bad, you know, B.I.G. he's passed on. He can't really say anything.
A lot of the officers that were involved in a lot of the investigations into Tupac and Biggie's murder has said that a lot of the arrows pointed back to Diddy. They could not directly connect them, but they were saying a lot of times, in both of their murders. So this is something that we don't know what could come out of, what information could really come out of it, and what evidence they have, because like we know, the feds don't come knocking unless they got something.
Right.
So I don't think we even privy to the magnitude of what they have. So, Diddy do it. Diddy do it.
Diddy do it. Dumb Diddy.
Yeah, that's a mess.
Diddy.
I mean, it's past disappointment. Like,
yeah, true story.
it's so many people involved, and you got kids involved, and you have kids, and
Mm-hmm.
it's
It's
bad.
over with for them.
It's already bad, but that makes it so much worse for me. Like, they need to put his ass under the jail.
Under the jail. And so they're saying that his kids are staying by his side. They're saying the boys are by
Well,
his
of course,
side.
because
And
I
even
just don't think
Albie
that.
Shore came out and said that his son is brainwashed by Diddy, and that Diddy has a hold, or he said that Diddy has some kind of hold, or he has something against his son, because his son, all the kids gave up their passports, they all gave up information,
But
agreed
I
to
just think,
have.
like, I think there's a lot to be said about the relationship that Albie Shore actually has with his son, and no shade or anything like that. But the reality is, you like, he's claiming that he's grown up all this time and he didn't have a relationship with you, or he had like a poor relationship with you or whatever. So, what was really the reasoning behind that? And I mean, he could have his own ideas and theories just in terms of the relationship that he has with him, and you never really know what his mother and what Diddy was really telling him about Albie Shore, as he was growing
Mm-hmm.
up. Like, he's been with Diddy the whole time. Like, I don't really like it. It always puzzles me in the sense where, like, somebody else comes in and then they adopt this child as their own because Diddy adopted it.
Mm-hmm.
So it always kind of sits weird with me when the other parent is in the picture or whatever. But I mean, obviously, we know that they didn't really have a good relationship, so maybe he really was not in the picture. So how did it come down to the point of Diddy adopting him and all of that, and then what was really said or what were they telling him? Like, it could have been a situation where they was pitting him against Albie Shore. I don't know. Um,
Yeah, we don't know. Quincy has said, this is from his own account, that his dad, really wasn't present in his life. Diddy
right,
was really his father figure. And he said within recent years, they've gotten closer and built that relationship,
right.
as he kind of strayed away from Diddy and the other boys. But during this time, he said he's going to stick beside him. They
Well, I
have
just
their
think
own
there's a lot of stuff
they
that
have their own
we haven't seen.
security and things that they're surrendering over to the feds because they want Diddy to get out. The judge has been very against him getting out.
But
And
I can't imagine that if you're drugging women and raping women and doing all of this and doing all of that, that you're gonna have your kids in the middle of it. So
Right.
I just feel like I just feel like it's stuff that the kids have never seen happen before. Like, they have not been in his presence when stuff like that has gone down. So, and they may have been at the parties or whatever, and then they probably was ushered out of there at a certain time or whatever before other stuff went on. Everybody, like, so many people are saying that, yeah, I went to these parties and his parties was fun, but I guarantee you that the person who told me or who told me about the party or invited me to the party said, make sure you get out of there before
at a
12:30.
certain time, yeah,
Multiple
for a
people
certain
have said
time.
that.
And
Multiple
they
people
said
have
that
said
there
that.
were multiple levels of the party. There were parts that were shut off from other people. There were VIP areas. There were,
Right.
after parties to the party. There were parties at Diddy's house after the venue. There were a lot
Right.
of things.
Yeah.
And the thing about these
And they were
parties
using
about
the booking agency to invite people to the party. So you
so
can
yeah,
only imagine how many people would be at these parties because they're getting invites through their publicists and through their business people saying you're invited to this party or whatever. You can only imagine how many people are gonna be there, and probably 90% of them or 75% of them ain't seen shit because they was out of there before a certain time.
yeah. Or they were, in a safe
And not saying
area,
that they
or
were
they
told to
were
get out of there, but a lot of people go, like, if I went to these parties or whatever, I wouldn't stay past a certain time or whatever because it just ain't me. So I'm sure you have enough people who they just don't be out that late, and they don't stay out that late. So they go to the party and they stay till 11 or 11:30, and then they get out of there because they got work in the morning or they got something. You know, I mean, you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's there's enough people who don't party like that, and then there's enough people who do stay to the end. They if it's going to 5:30, they go stay to 5:30. So then they with people that see the stuff going on. Like Khloe Kardashian said herself that she went to the party and everybody was ass naked in there.
Damn.
So I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, so we have allegations of Diddy not being the only one having these type of freak off events. We have people naming Neo. We have people naming Usher. And this is allegedly.
Dang, not Neo.
You know, Neo got to be up in there. Shit.
And let's not forget, 2 years ago, he had a public falling out with one of his baby moms. His baby mom said, quote, "Tell them about them freak offs you be having." So, you know, and this is after them being named in Don Richard's lawsuit that they were there and witnessed some brutality against Cassie. We also have allegations with Dwight Howard having these type of freak offs, and he was having transgender freak offs in front of his allegedly claimed by his baby's mother, Royce Reed, that used to be on Basketball Wives. She said that he would have these freak offs in front of the children, not sexual acts in front of the children, but having the you know, the people around them, and the kids were like, why are these people here? You know, parties going on for days and days at a time. So it's just we're starting to see a lot of what they say Hollyweird, that's what they call it. All these things that seem to be normal in Hollywood are really coming to light.
Yeah. That's rough, man, because you know what even makes it even worse is that it's like one of us doing it to us.
And that's what it is, because you know, we're used to other people preying on us, but it seems like, you know, when certain people get to the top, they become that monster, you know. And he always talked about his rough upbringing and things like that. And then for him to, and a lot of people I think were hurt by this, because it's like, you made it, you did it. You did, you know, came from the bottom. And, you know, we saw a lot of his story, especially in the Big movie, you know, him coming up with these ideas and helping people and being so instrumental in the black rap game from the 90s and 2000s. And I mean, he had his hand in almost everything. And for you to really do this and, you know, take these people saying you're gonna, you know, have them under your wing and sign them and stuff, and these young people, they're saying 15-year-olds, 9-year-olds coming to you thinking, you know, this is my big break, and you're doing something else to them. So it's really crazy that this is going on. And you know, we'll be reporting on anything else that happens with Diddy. It's a new story every day, so I'm pretty sure we'll be back next week with more news.
I'm just eager, you know, like we all been saying, I'm just eager to see who else is on these videos, because I mean, and I said a long time, I said in the very beginning, it's gonna be other people. It's gonna be other people on these videos.
And the feds have said that. The feds have said themselves that there were a lot of people on there, and there are going to be people facing charges.
They sure did. They said it's going to all come out soon, and just to be looking out. And he said you're going to be really, really shocked of who was all involved, who was involved, and it's not just people, y'all, it's businesses. Like the hotels involved. Like if you had anything to do with a Diddy party, if you had anything to do with him having a party at your establishment and you did nothing, like example, calling 911 when you saw something, you're involved, you're going to be right there in court.
So they said that he had deals with these hotels that they knew this is what he expects, this is what he's going to have going on, and when he leaves, we're going to have to completely, I mean, they've said that they've had to completely renovate suites after he was done because of the things that went on and how they destroyed it. So
it's amazing how
he had the money.
It's really amazing how it's really amazing how much power one person can amass, you know. You know, with making all this money and with all the stuff that's been going on. And And listen, we have all heard, for years and years, and that growing up, how crooked and how dirty the industry was and how people were. But I think a lot of people are in a space where they just wanted to think different and think better, especially of him, because of all the people who came through Bad Boy and all the people who seemingly, he was helping to come up. And not saying that he hasn't helped any of these people, like what's his name, Q from 112 was on because
yeah.
the thing that he was saying was that he's not going to count them out because everybody's human and people make mistakes and blase blase. And at the end of the day, he helped him. And I don't negate the fact that he really did help some people come out, but this shit is crazy, man. Like I'm not even like I never in a million years would have thought or expected all of this. And I've been hearing it. Like if you have been working in anywhere in or around the music industry or in media or anything like that, you have heard the rumblings at least for the last 20 years and honestly longer. So like you've heard it, but I just never really believed it. And then of course you got Jaguar Wright, who Jaguar Wright, who has been talking about it for 3 years. And speaking of Jaguar Wright, like listen, she did an amazing performance at the Sheen Awards last week. I'm gonna just put that out.
Really? I wasn't aware.
Listen, amazing performance. And no question, like there has never ever been a question about her talent. Like listen to one song she sang. She could sing the McDonald's tune, the Big Mac, and that shit sounds good. That girl is good. Like she's beyond good. She did an amazing performance at the Sheen Awards this past week. But she's been talking about it for the past 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah, she's been talking to and anybody that will listen, and people kind of
shoot
her off.
But people just assumed that she was just angry and disgruntled because of how her career went and all of the stuff that's been happening to her over the past 5, 10 years. But listen, we all a little loopy. So I'm sure she loopy somewhere, but sound to me like she been telling the truth.
Right. And so you guys know that 50 Cent is going to be in charge of a Netflix documentary where he is going to be exploring everything.
Yeah, and just speaking of documentaries, there is a Netflix documentary from TMZ that's playing on
yes,
right?
yes, there is. So you guys catch that. But a lot of people are really excited about the 50 Cent one because we know that 50 Cent and Diddy have had this rivalry for a lot of years. And 50 Cent, it seemed like whenever he goes against somebody, he always seemed to come up on top. I don't know how, but let's see. We got a comment from Queen.
Oh Lord.
Yes. Hey, Siobhan.
Oh God.
F Diddy. I keep my baby oil because I don't like to be ashy. I know that's right.
I bet you Queen probably thought we weren't gonna put that comment up there.
Yeah.
We got you up there because you listen. She another one that be posting reels, man. She be having me cracking up, Jovan. But you right about that. A lot of people was calling for boycotts. People were calling for boycotts of baby oil, but no, we Black. We need our baby oil. So
right.
But not too much on Johnson and Johnson.
That made sense why the shelves was a little clear, a little clear at the Dollar General.
Right.
Couldn't get no baby oil
all the way.
You probably didn't think you was gonna put that comment up there.
Yeah, we know you crazy. Must run in the family.
You is crazy.
Who got her?
Thank you for that, Jovan. I really needed that laugh.
Y'all got her on Facebook?
Yeah, I got her on Facebook.
Send her the link. Come on live with us.
Oh shit.
Oh my goodness. She
probably come on live with us. They're gonna send you the link.
I'm gonna send it to you, cuz but yeah, so we have 50 Cent coming out with the documentary, but also the crazy thing that's been happening with this 50 Cent taunting Diddy is now a lot of the white media are getting them confused, so they have actually been posting pictures of 50 Cent with Diddy allegations. So now
I know that's pissing him off.
So yeah, so he has been slamming certain I think it was The Sun or some online magazines have been basically say having him with the allegations
See,
on
this is
his
my
face.
thing, though. This is why we have to do better, as journalists and content creators and stuff like that, because it's a lot of people who are not of the culture who call themselves reporting on the culture. And I mean, you can look at a lot of these YouTube videos and the ones that are narrated by a voice, and it be somebody that's from Austria, or like it's a lot of people who are not of the culture who are covering the culture, and they really don't know who a lot of these people are. So that's why you put in a lot of these stories where they put in a 50 Cent picture with some Diddy shit or whatever, because they really don't know the difference between them, because they're not of the culture. It's it go back to that whole culture thing.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So it's just so crazy that they don't even know what's going on. Yeah, I sent her the link. So hopefully cuz come on here and talk about that baby oil some more. But yeah, so it's just kind of funny that 50 Cent, but it's just so funny that sometimes, I mean, 50 Cent do usually always get the last laugh, but it's kind of coming back on him because now he got headlines that's going to forever say, that he's Diddy and he got allegations. So,
yeah.
But it's so strange that he is the one coming out with this documentary when it was alleged that his baby mama, that his baby mama was part of the, what did he say? The sex ring. He said, my little, what did he say? You little sex trafficker.
He called her a sex worker.
A little sex worker, sex trafficker. So it just was really, really funny that's what happened. So we will be keeping you guys updated on everything. Diddy will be discussing that a little bit later. So if you have some comments to share, make sure you put them down below in the comments and let us know how you feel about Diddy and that baby oil.
Yeah, get on. Listen,
you said you
y'all.
didn't send her the link yet.
I did send it to her.
But listen, y'all, get on the comments. Get on the comments and make sure that you guys are commenting. Definitely on the Diddy stuff that we have been talking about, because there is more. So we're gonna come back to that. Plus, we got a whole lot of other stories. We are gonna be tapping in on Issa Rae and Amanda Seales, and
absolutely,
it's a number of other stories that we are gonna tackle. Before the night is out. But one of our guests is actually in the green area right now, so we're gonna bring this guy in. Listen, this is family. He's been on the podcast several times now, I can say, and based in the Akron, Ohio area. His baseball league is doing some really tremendous and amazing things down in that area and helping so many kids who otherwise wouldn't have anything else to do. So we really applaud this gentleman, and we want to welcome him to the show so that he can give us some good old fashioned, some good updates about what's going on with the league right now. It's a whole lot of stuff that's been happening, and he's been on Good Morning Akron, if I'm saying it right. I haven't actually watched the show, but I know that he has been doing some press and for the baseball league. So without further ado, please help me to welcome in Donny Brooks.
Hey y'all, how you doing?
Outstanding. Are you on an iPhone or an Android?
iPhone.
Can you turn it to the side so we get you full screen?
There we go.
There we go.
The full screen, the full effect.
Yeah. What's happening, sir?
How you doing?
Amazing. How are you?
Doing pretty good. A lot going on. Every day is something.
That's a good thing. Yeah. Look, that's a good thing, man. We are blessed. So many other people are being blessed by what it is that you're doing with this baseball league. So I am going to let you kind of open up and talk a little bit about the league before you get into your updates and everything. But I just want to say before that, I appreciate you reaching out. I know I told you the first time that you came on, like, if you want to get on the show, reach out to us, send us a message, and, we can work out the details and all that stuff. So I appreciate you.
No problem. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate you reaching out and coming on. And let's see. Queen, we got you down at the bottom. Look, I'm gonna pop her up here just real quick.
Okay, I see it.
We see you there. Just hang on. Our guest just came on, so give us a couple minutes. She ain't paying me attention. All right, man. So listen, the floor is yours, man. And the ladies are here too, of course. So
Okay. Well, I am Donny Brooks, Coach Brooks, CEO and founder of the Akron Baseball Project Incorporated. We are reaching our 15-month, October 12th coming up, of a nonprofit. Yes. Um, so last time I was on here, I was preparing for my back to school summer baseball clinic. That was a success. We had that August 24th, right before APS went back to school on the 29th. We had 55 participants, 78 registered. So it was a good turnout. We had barbers, we had cosmetologists, we had food, hydration, and of course baseball lessons. It was a beautiful day that day. It was hot. Unexpectedly, it was like in the high 80s that day when we did it, but it turned out to be great. From there, we were in the West Side parade for Labor Day weekend, downtown Akron. We were the only baseball team out of 50 organizations. So that
Oh,
was
wow.
a really good opportunity. And it was something that I haven't seen, from the Akron youth when it comes to our community.
Yeah.
So the kids enjoyed it. I had about maybe 10 of my baseball players because the other ones were playing football. So they were in the parade, but for their football teams.
Okay.
Okay.
So the ones that don't play football, they were in a parade for the Akron Baseball Project for Labor Day weekend last month. From there, we are currently working on getting our independent leagues. Everything is coming together. It's looking like we will be shooting for 2025. That's approaching.
Ooh.
We're just getting our fields, getting some things ironed out, but everything is moving.
Uh-oh, we can't hear you.
Uh-oh, you muted. You're
We can't hear
muted.
you.
If
Do
you
you hear
got
me?
somebody,
Okay, there
yeah,
we
I was
go.
gonna say if you
Okay,
got
sorry.
somebody calling you or something,
Yeah, they
gotcha.
were.
Okay,
um,
yeah.
so I was on Good Morning Akron,
Right.
and that
Ooh.
was last week on Wednesday, but then it aired this past weekend on Saturday.
Gotcha.
Mind you, when I did the interview, my whole approach was stay relevant, keep everybody, thinking about that was my main objective. And once the picture got out, it was like, wow, I felt like, God had his hand on me that day, even though he has his hand on me every day. But he was like, you know what you're doing the right things, boom. Because what you never know, what interview can spark up something new. And it's been taken off. We got some things in the fire, like I said, with the independent leagues. We're getting prepared to make our theme song for the softball girls for the Akron Baseball Project. You
Yeah.
guys heard the theme song for the boys, and we're going to have a theme song for the girls for softball. Female rappers, of course, clean. And it's going to be coming out in 2025 as well, too. And then we also have our winter camp coming up, registration. I know for you, Tiff, you say you want your son in it. So we got registration coming up for that November 15th for signups. We'll be having our winter clinic February 8th and the 9th. That's on a Saturday and Sunday. But signups start November 15th.
Is that every Saturday and Sunday?
It's just going to be a 2-day camp.
Oh, okay. So
And
when
that's
is the
gonna,
game?
now right now I don't have the dates, but we're shooting for from April to July.
Okay.
And
Okay.
spring training is going to be starting in February. So I can
Okay.
get the boys and girls together so that they're ready and they'll be competitive.
Okay. So yeah, just inbox me and with the sign up because I forget because he's in football now and I can barely keep up with that.
Okay. Okay.
So yes,
But
please
yeah,
definitely because I'm trying to get him in. We have to keep our kids busy for real. So
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
anything will help.
yes. So yes, that is pretty much it that has been going on. Um Yeah, that's pretty much it. It sounds like a little, but it feels like a lot.
No,
No,
it definitely. Oh, go ahead, Tiff. Go ahead.
I really commend you for what you're doing out here in Akron. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. My son, he plays football for the Central Raiders.
Okay.
We have a cousin. Shout out to John. Um, for having these kids, join the Central Raiders. It's multiple football teams here in Akron. You have West Griffins, the East Side Dragons, South Rangers, and then us. Then you have the Titans and so on. So you cannot sit here and say, "Oh, I don't know what to get my child in," because I'm gonna tell you what, they don't discriminate, because we have a girl quarterback on the Central Raiders.
Okay.
Yes, so they're doing big.
Wow, big
Yeah, a
thing.
girl, and they probably don't even know it. I didn't even know it at first until I had to look,
What's
and I'm like,
funny, back when I played football, I played for South, and we had one girl, and she played football, and we didn't know she was one because she had cornrows.
right.
So we didn't know because we were like 10 years old. So we didn't know she just had like 4 or 5 straight cornrows to the back. And then when she started talking, it was when we figured out she was a young lady.
Yeah, that's funny. That definitely happened to my sister. She had her hat on and she came. My dad was the coach, so they like, oh, that's the coach's son. So and that was my older sister Carla, and I got her little T-ball trophies down here. Um, but I did want to get your opinion on what's been going on lately. We have been seeing in Akron a lot of violence being done around these
Yeah,
practices. We have parents fighting up at the games and at the practices. We have a shooting that was at Erie Island.
Yes.
Luckily, they caught the shooter with the help of the coach. What do you think we can do as a community to kind of combat that?
Um, it's crazy because I was just talking about this today at work because I'm a school teacher. So I was just talking at work today about the this past weekend. So from what I see, I remember when I played for South Rangers back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it wasn't all that's going on today, of course, 20
mm-hmm.
years ago. Mind you, so nowadays you have the guys, they're out in the parking lot drinking, smoking. It's like they come to these practices like it's a party. These are the same people
Mm-hmm.
that we grew up with as little kids that are now grown. So I mean, you have that, and then you have it where, like last year, same time, they came to Lane Field or on the property and shot someone around this time. And then now
Mm-hmm.
fast forward a year later, different location, Erie Island, and it's our people. You never
Mm-hmm.
hear people being shot at a baseball game or a baseball practice,
Right,
because
absolutely.
of the what demographic, like you said, a lot of African Americans don't play the sport, so they're not going to gravitate at a baseball game. I know for me that when I have my camps and things like that, I have the police there on site. They're
Mm-hmm.
not sitting in their car out in the parking lot. They're there. What I think needs to be done, I think we spoke about this last year with the incident last year, where maybe with these fields they need to have security officers maybe 4 points of the field, have their wands, and a lot of people will steer away from even going to the field because guess what you're going to get checked.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe part of the registration, because nowadays in Akron you have to pay the police now to come facilitate.
Yes,
So I feel like maybe in registration when it comes to football, when the parents pay their fee, that's part of it.
that's part of it.
That's a
I
It
was
good
just going
idea.
so then they're not coming extra out of their pocket. Like let's say registration for football is, let's say it's $300. Okay, and that includes your jerseys, the games, your banquet. Maybe 50 out of that 300 goes towards the police or security. So when you have 100 kids total for your league, that's plenty enough to have security for at least half of your season, not just none. So I mean, so it can start somewhere. Because I hear a lot of parents saying, "Oh, the fees are too expensive." Well, we're not living in 1999, unfortunately.
Right.
So things have skyrocketed, and then as well, these kids now are traveling. They're not just in the inner city anymore. They're going to Youngstown, they're going to Cleveland, they're going to Canton. And it's gas, and it's gas. So it's not just west, east, north, and south Akron that's 10 minutes apart from each side of town anymore. So yeah, to answer your question, I think that can be a start. And maybe they can incorporate that, for next year. Start planning now, since the season is almost over for football in the next month, or the next month. And maybe that can be something that can be mentioned at the banquet, or at their banquets and things like that. I think that will be a tremendous start.
Yeah, I think it's just a problem overall in our community where, especially the younger generation that's coming up, the new adults, the 20, 21-year-olds, they just don't have that manners, or that they don't have the fear of elders. Like, I knew when I was younger, I didn't want to be acting a fool in front of somebody, or inappropriate in places. And I feel like a lot of the new adults, the young adults, just don't understand that. And I just remember when I played a lot of sports, we had parents heavily involved. We had the dads come in and providing snacks, and they would be in the parking lot, but they weren't smoking and drinking. They were selling stuff. They would be selling things for fundraising. They would be selling burgers,
I remember,
grilling and chips, and they would be waving and bringing people in and actually doing something positive. So I do think that the parents need to actually get more involved and be there. We have some people. We got some people joining us from all over the world. We say hi, good evening. We have somebody from Nigeria. We got some fans, Donny. You got reaching all over.
Okay, that's good. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, Donny has been all over the news. Every time I see, I'll get on social media. I see Donny. Hello, good morning. Do you ever get nervous? Do you be on there like, "Hi, mom"? That's how I feel like I'd be.
No, I feel like a lot of times, like, some people write, a script, or they may write a rough draft of what they're going to say. I tried doing that, and it doesn't feel natural. So I just say what comes to heart. And then once I'm watching it, I'd be like, dang, that sounds good. Like, hold up, like, because that's when when you're just flowing, and in the next interview, like, you don't say that same thing. It's just in that moment. It's not, because a lot of times it be scripted a lot of times, and I try to have a rough draft. I'm like, no, it's not a book report.
Oh yeah, so you do have to be natural, especially in things like that. So
Yes.
And you seem like, we've interviewed you a few times, and you seem like a natural at this. So just know we are proud of you, and keep up the good work.
You guys too. I see that you guys doing it as well too. Also, let me see what's going on with Transcending The Culture. I gotta tune in for the year out.
Yeah, listen, we appreciate you more than you could ever know, man. But then, I think the really good thing, just in terms of what you're doing, is you're helping so many people. Like, you're helping obviously the kids, but you're helping a lot of the parents too, because like, this gives their kids something to do, and parents can kind of be at ease if they're working and they have other things going on that are necessity too, and they know that their kids can be involved in something that's going to keep them out of trouble, and obviously help them grow and help them mature. And it's a lot. And even going back to the previous piece of the conversation, just about a lot of the crazy stuff that's happening at a lot of these events, a lot of that goes back to the fact that a lot of the parents today were kids when they had their kids. So a lot of what was instilled in us when we were coming up has not been instilled in. So it's like we're kind of sifting through that piece now, where it was all kids who were parents, having kids at 13 and 14 and 15, and their kids are 18 now, but they're only 32. So it's like
Yeah.
But
that makes sense.
I mean, but that doesn't speak for everybody. Let's make sure that we point that out. It don't speak for everybody because I mean I know a lot of people myself, even when I was in high school, who had kids while they were in high school and they raised their kids right and the kids are doing well and they're doing well. So it's all about the person and what was instilled in them when they came up. And listen, I know Kathy. So Kathy wasn't no joke.
Mama's gonna play, and honestly, I learned a lot from my grandfather. And he always told me, when you see another Black person in the street, you look at them. You might nod, you might say hello, good morning. You acknowledge them. You hold the door open for people. You just have these manners. You act right. Because if I acted up in the community, somebody was gonna tell my mama or my grandpa or somebody.
But then you also had a lot of other people who were looking out too. You had Diane. And you had a lot of other people who was looking out and who was watching too. And like when you look at your whole situation, like you specifically, Kat, like it's 4 of y'all, and all of y'all are doing good, and all of y'all are good. Y'all raised your kids good, like I mean, anybody from the outside looking in can look and see that what was supposed to be there was there for you.
But that's because my mom, when she dropped me off, she'd be like, don't forget she brought her butt with her. So you could whoop her, you could whatever. So I wasn't playing.
I can't necessarily say that I never got a whooping by anybody else other than my mom. Yeah. So but the only thing that irritated me, and that includes my uncles and my aunt.
What about, I know Big Ma got you a couple times.
No. Big Ma never whooped us.
Well, I don't want her hitting on me because she hit like for real.
She will always say, "I'm gonna tell your mama when she get home. I can't wait till she get home." That was my threat right there. That was my
last time I was at your house and she punched my arm. I was like, "Oh shit, I got to go. I can't do this no more." she tried to kill me.
Man,
we have a comment for Donny. It says, "Can you teach me how to slide? Now you need to know my knees do be overheating."
Yes, I could definitely teach you how to slide. There's different techniques, but yes, I could definitely teach you how to slide. Say your knees overheating.
As a grown adult whose knees also be overheating, how would you, what kind of tips would you give us to slide or to steal home or something at our big age without hurting ourselves and throwing our back out?
Okay, so here's one way. When you're how when you're running full speed and let's say you put your one foot up under your leg, depending on whichever's comfortable, and you throw your hands up. That is one of the professional ways of how to slide for baseball and sliding period. So when you're running and you're like halfway, kind of like I'm trying to explain it. You put one foot up under the other, one leg out, one up under, and you're running full speed and you're throwing your hands up.
So am I going feet first? Am I going hands first?
Now
you're going. Now I've been hitting my face on the ground.
Right. You can go feet first. So you're not actually sliding with your knees because your knees are up.
Okay.
So if you're sliding with your hands diving, your knees are going to burn across that baseball field.
Okay. And you know what? I think that's what I was doing wrong because I'm dang near going like I'm planking. I'm just straight on in there, dirt all in my face and my hair.
Now, a lot of people do that when it's like for an emergency. They will slide like that, but yes. So.
Well, thank you for the tip. I'm supposed to be doing a female softball league, adult league soon. So I'm trying to get my little visualizations of how I'm gonna get on there. Tiff, I know that ain't you with the Ring doorbell, girl. Who there?
No, it's my notification.
Who's there, Tiff?
She paused on that.
No, it's my notifications.
That's DoorDash.
Listen, don't get no shit started, Kat.
DoorDash, Amazon. I'm talk about deliveries.
Dang,
that's how my door be. I be like, dang, I just forgot I ordered that. Amazon, UPS, the postman bringing all kinds of stuff.
Don't get no shit started, Cat.
Ain't nobody at my house.
I said, nigga, I said packages. Ain't nobody at Tip's house, baby. Just that dog, okay? Oh man, we got people coming in all over. Hello, Kim.
Hello, how you doing?
Kim.
Yes, we making a lot of we got our new transcender. He loves us.
Attacked again.
I'm excited. Yeah. We all over Nigeria. Look, Donny, he done brought in Akron, Nigeria, everything.
No, that's all y'all.
So we have been talking about Diddy and doing Diddy Watch. So what do you have anything that you would like to say in regards to Diddy or the 1,000 bottles of baby oil that he has on his property?
I'm glad that I'm not on the hit list. Okay, because he's snitching on everybody right now. Okay, he got a list of people. So to get less time from that 50-year charge down to a 30-year charge, he got a list of folks. What I can say about his situation, as of many others like Bill Cosby and so many others, but Bill Cosby's out. When he got out, he got that slice of pizza. Okay, he didn't play when OJ, when he got out, he went up under a rock. He didn't hear nothing from him. So with Puff Daddy, because that's our era, Puff Daddy. But the kids aren't talking about Puff Daddy.
Puffy.
But I feel him or Kelly.
Yeah.
I feel like with them, they let the money and the power get so above their head.
Absolutely.
R. Kelly got away with it back in 2005 when he had the paper bag over his head going into court with the braids. He should have been locked up then. He got away, got off clean, and you're still doing your dirt for another 15 years. And now you're older, and I got to spend your time in prison. Same with Puff Daddy. You've been alleged so many times with, Biggie, Tupac. After that, all these artists that you had taken up under your wing. Snoop Dogg bought Death Row Records. I don't know who's going to buy Bad Boy. I don't know, depending on the situation.
Wait, he did? Oh, Snoop Dogg. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he bought Death Row Records a couple years ago because Suge Knight, he's done. Okay, he's done. He's broke now. He spent all his money trying to Today was all cute. Yeah, not Tupac. That's what it did. Not Pop. Pop wasn't. Not Tupac. But I don't know. I just feel like same with Sean Diddy Combs. It's like you're older now. I think he's his early 50s. It's like now you about to spend the next 30 to life, in prison. And if there's any way of you getting out, he may be the same as Bill Cosby, blind in one eye, and it's just like I mean,
see how Bill was coming out.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Dodging. I'm like, why are you moving so fast? Like he ain't nowhere. It's like, shit, is they coming back for me?
But now there's rumor that Jay-Z is next because obviously with the Leah, Beyonce. Think about it.
Beyonce ain't letting that happen.
Jay-Z was dating Aaliyah when she was underage, and then she started messing with Damon Dash.
Allegedly, guys.
Allegedly. So then got with Beyonce allegedly at 17 years old when he was 20. Allegedly.
That was also, we've heard about that since they never started 03 Bonnie and Clyde and all that. So there are allegations with Jay-Z. We have different people coming away from him. We had Nicki Minaj coming out and saying that he has his hand in a lot of these different things that we don't even know about. So I think that a lot of this stuff just opened the doors for all these powerful people that are doing wrong to really, get their day, really have the stuff really brought to light.
They can take Jay-Z.
Kim said they can take Jay-Z. They can take Jay-Z, but leave Beyonce. That's cool.
I got a comment from my Facebook. My mother, Diane Miller, I said, 2 cat for Tasha. If you have some money at second base, she'll slide with no problem. Like, what, Mom? Like the piñata, like I guess.
I guess, yeah.
With that piñata.
Oh yeah. So we
now
had
she
a, we
can.
had a,
Now
we
she
had
can
adult,
for
we
it.
had that adult pinata. And this was Tiff's idea. Tiff at our family reunion. And I said, let me go last. Y'all know I used to play T-ball. So I went and hit that thing. That thing came and hit Tiff right in the face. And then when somebody else dropped, because it was money in there. It was money in there, Donny.
Yeah.
And somebody had some money. I seen my older cousin. I went on and slid into her.
What? She did. Yeah, she did.
Got my little 10. I sure did. I was like,
she sure did,
if
bro.
y'all do something like that again, I will be there. I will get my cleats. I would definitely be there. So y'all got money in the bag at second base. Okay.
And we have a cousin named Dave Hodges. He's also a coach of multiple athletes. So he's a coach of Norton, baseball, football, soccer, I believe. So yeah, if you did come to our picnic, that'd be one person you can hook up with for real on the sports side.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of sports people in our family for sure. You know, my dad used to be in charge of a lot of the baseball, Pee Wee in Akron back in the 80s and 90s. He got all girls, but he had us up in there playing. And I still got some of the skills to this day. So thank you, Father. But Donny, we're so happy to have you on the show. Can you let us know what you have going on and what you want our transcenders to do to support you?
Okay, I will. Yes. I will just keep sharing, and if you guys know any, I won't even say aspiring people that want to be different, try something different, step outside their comfort zone. A lot of these kids today, the youth, it's always about who does that. I don't see anyone else doing that. Try to be a leader and not a follower.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, they can't. A lot of people can't see the unknown.
Yeah.
So sometimes, just take a step out there or a leap, and you won't be disappointed. So yeah, ABP.
Okay. And so how can everybody follow you? How can they get in contact with you?
My email, homerunbrooks32@gmail.com. And of course, you can go on Google, any social media sites, everything, the Akron Baseball Project Incorporated, and it will be a list. It will be pages of everything, interviews, information, signups, everything. So the Akron Baseball Project Incorporated.
Okay. Do you have any final thoughts for our transcenders or anything else you would like to say?
I would like to say is dare to be different. Dare to be different. And don't let anyone discourage you from pursuing whatever positive dreams. Let me say that, because some folks aspire to be a drug dealer. So let me stop, okay? So that's why I gotta correct myself when I say that. Positive, legal dreams. Okay? Legal dreams. Legal dreams, positive. Never let anyone stop those. Okay. But yeah, so that's what I give to all the viewers for for the culture, Transcending the Culture, Akron Baseball Project, anyone that's out there listening, never give up on your dreams and your aspirations.
I just want to say kudos to you again, just for everything that you're doing. Like, you're very forward thinking, and this, the program that you have put together, like, it's grown exponentially since the first time you came on to the podcast. Like, you're doing some really, really wonderful things, and it's really good to see the direction that it has taken, and then knowing the things that's coming. Like, I think it's really, really amazing. Like, I have not seen anything like it. I haven't seen anything else.
Thank you.
So I think it's amazing, and it's also amazing. It's equally amazing that it's coming from one of us. Like, I think that's really, really good.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, so hopefully, anybody who is watching who is in the Akron, Ohio area, please check out, please check him out. Please check Donny Brooks out.
Or Cleveland because y'all less than an hour away. So if
You're
Absolutely.
right.
so
No,
Cleveland can't
you're right.
Cleveland, Canton, and like I said, we're not just Akron because we're gonna take this global. We're gonna take it
Now,
global.
would you, in terms of shit, now I got another question. Since you say Cleveland too, and then you speak on Canton, like, do you ever foresee in the future having options where, it might be kids here who want to do that and they don't have transportation to get down there to Akron, or will you do programs up here in Cleveland and in Canton?
Yes. My goal, my ultimate goal, is to have the Akron Baseball Project global. So yes, we will have transportation and or have them in Canton, Youngstown, Cleveland. I was listening to an interview with Ice Cube with his Big Baller 3, and he, of course, his home is Compton, so he has it in L.A. He has it in Houston. He has it in 3 other states. So it's growing, and he is so inspirational. And his is all African American owned with that big 3.
That's cool.
And that's my goal, is to have Akron baseball projects, global. So like I said, Cleveland is less than an hour away. If we can get downtown to get a drink, what you guys can get to Akron to get some knowledge in baseball. Because folk in Akron travel to Cleveland to go clubbing or vice versa. So the drive is not far.
Now, I think that's really dope, man. I appreciate you for coming on to the show.
Thank you guys for inviting me once again. I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely, man.
All right, guys. I will talk with you guys soon.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Bye.
sir.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
That was really, really dope. Like, he's doing some amazing things with that program.
Yes.
Congratulations, Donny. That's what I say. Every time I look, I'm like,
I'm really glad. I'm happy that we fostered this relationship, and that he keeps up with us. Really, really a dope thing. So you guys know where to check him out at, and of course, this video is going to be, it's going to be a permanent fixture on the website, so you guys can always go back and watch for anything that you feel like you may have missed. All right, let's get back into them topics.
So we have a spicy one, which is spicy. Issa Rae versus Amanda Seales. You guys, and I'm so sad. These are my girls.
They just get on my nerves. That's all. They just get on my nerves. I'm sorry.
Get on my nerves. I know. I have the same sentiments as you, James. Let me give the Transcenders a little background, and then we can share our opinions. So Issa Rae and Amanda Seales famously starred on Insecure together, which is Issa's brainchild show on HBO, now Max. And they played best friends, and their dynamic in real life couldn't be further from the truth. They were supposedly cordial and friendly during your first few seasons, and then there was some allegations of, and this is from both sides. Amanda said Issa was being a mean girl and was throwing her under the bus, and Issa said that Amanda had an attitude and was snobby and a know-it-all and very combative. But both of them were kind of saying the same thing, and it all came to a head at a celebrity party after an award show, where it was Issa's after party. Issa had hosted an award show and had an after party, and Amanda, who is on this hit show that was on its final season, came to the after party. It was not let in by security and by Issa's publicist. And she had been told by multiple people that she was not on the list, that she was not getting in. And she said she even got in for a second because she was with some of the big wigs that said, "What are you doing out here? Come in with us." She said she was accosted by security, and she looked to Issa, who just stared at her, getting kicked out. She said ever since then, they were not friends, and that they really struggled, to finish the end of the season. And now Issa has said she will never work with Amanda again, and that they aren't even friends. And we have Amanda showing up to the Shannon Sharp podcast, Club Shay Shay, and basically she laid into Issa and said that all was fake, and she don't know where the problem came from. So, and me, like I said, I'm a big fan. So I was really upset to hear about this. But I can see where both of them, just being someone that has closely followed both of their careers, I could see the annoyingness in both of them. Amanda is a know-it-all. Amanda is one of them people, and this is coming from another know-it-all. This is coming from another person that say, well, actually, technically, that's how I'd be a little nerd. Well, actually, such and such and such, because Amanda is a very educated woman, and sometimes you do want to correct people, and and Amanda has been called combative. She has been called combative, especially by she replaced one of the girls in Floetry. She works with Marsha Ambrosia. But she has been called hard to work with a lot. And Issa has also been called funny acting by a lot of people. That Issa act funny. She act one way this day, one way the other.
Thank you for putting that out there.
This is alleged. And a lot of people said that Issa, especially when she started her career, she looked a certain way. And then, she started to get more mainstream roles and started to become, she got famous from her web series called Awkward Black Girl. And she was awkward. She had short hair. She was a little, androgynous dressing. And then now she turned into this woman, this girly girl. Let's not forget she was a video vixen in one of Drake's videos. So a lot of people said Issa changed up when she made it. So James, what do you think about these feuding beauties? What do you think about these ones? Because I'm at a loss. Like, can't we all just get along, girls?
So I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. I am Team Amanda. Am Team Amanda. I do see like when you say that you can kind of see it from both sides and see where both of them may, have done whatever, or they might be annoying, or what did you say? You said you could see from both sides that
both of them, being annoying and being aggravating. Yeah. Amanda is a know-it-all and combative.
She is.
Issa also is funny acting, and Issa is one of those people that she say stuff and you be like, is she joking, or wait a minute, did that bitch just say that? Hold on. She was Issa has been known to, they said she be sneak dissing, which means she may say something very non-confrontational. She's even said that herself. She's non-confrontational. So a lot of people, a lot of insiders, especially, they had the other two girls that were on there, the Molly and Kelly character, which said that Issa handled it in a roundabout way. So they said that Issa told her publicist she did not want Amanda in the party. And instead of saying, hey, Amanda, we aren't getting along right now, I really wouldn't have you here, she made a whole spectacle and embarrassed her. And I feel like as another woman, I would not have put somebody, especially my co-star, in that type of situation, no matter how I felt about him. But then again, I don't know, I'll be petty. So it's like, I don't know. I could see both sides of it. I could see both sides for real.
Here's the thing, and I've actually been kind of digging and trying to go back and kind of see when XYZ happened and like the order of the timeline, because I believe the Emmy party actually happened before she was on Insecure.
No.
Okay.
That happened during maybe the last 2 seasons or something. Issa did not make it big until Insecure. Amanda had been on Insecure from episode 1. She was a
Not from the very
regular.
beginning. She was like
Amanda. Yes, she was. Tiffany's been on the show since. That's her name on there. She's been on from season 1.
Oh, was she on season 1?
Yes, I watched. Now listen, I've rewatched Insecure 3 times, so I know what I'm talking about.
Because I used to watch in the very beginning, but I probably need to go back and watch, because I wasn't like a faithful and like avid watcher of it. So I thought she came in like
Amanda Seale's character is she looked and act totally different than what she was. The character Tiffany was a blonde, ditzy, gold digger type of mommy. Totally different than Amanda. So a lot of people didn't even know that was her in that role, because Amanda famously wears her natural hair. She's more,
I'm gonna go back and watch.
She's more kind of neo soul. So a lot of people do not know that that's her. She's a very high strung character, but she was there from the beginning. But yeah, Issa was at the height of it, which is when the show was ending, and that's when she had that party and stuff. And
Yes.
so that's what happened. They were really getting ready to wrap the show. They had been working with each other close for a long time because the last 2 seasons they filmed back to back.
Gotcha.
So they were, you know, in close quarters, working together over and over. You
see,
know,
this is why this is why you here. This is why you here.
Thank you.
We getting together, but going back to
and
what
they
I was
both
saying,
also write on the show as well. So there were arguments about storylines. There were, you know, so when you work with people like that, sometimes it's you know, it could be a lot.
I mean, I think, like you said, Amanda is very high strung, and I mean, there definitely is something that she needs to visit, just in terms of why all of her relationships seem to go bad. Because I mean, it's not just Issa; it was Marsha Ambrosia, and you know,
she has been in many. Amanda has been in many singing groups. She's been on many shows, and she's been a part of many like let's not forget she was a radio host. I forget what her name was when she was a radio host. It was Lady something.
But I just think, like, first of all, as far as the flowetry thing, I would never have stepped into a group that somebody else was in and they got put out or whatever happened, and then they looking for a replacement. I just would not have done that.
It's very hard for that to be successful, but it has been done. We do have Michelle Williams, people that famously
has been done, but I just think that it's hard. It's really, really hard, you know, to be able to do that. I think with
and she also worked with Amina Butterfly and the girls from the what was their group called? Black Butter or Butter Soul or something like
Butterfly or something.
Black Butterfly. Yeah, Black Butterfly. But she had worked with all these people, but something would happen and she never would kind of go on. Like it would always be a temporary situation and they would part ways. And mostly everybody that has worked with her, besides Charlamagne. Now Charlamagne loved him some Amanda Seales. But everyone else has had bad things to say about her. Now, Issa has had some things like that, but it hasn't been to that level.
A number of people have bad things to say about her, definitely, and a lot of her relationships go sour. So, I mean, I think there is something that needs to be visited in terms of that. But as far as Issa Rae, I'm sure Amanda had her part, you know, in the whole fiasco or everything that went down. But to me, and many other people have said it, but Issa Rae is just she like a side mean girl, like she is. And go back and look at the interview where she was on the Breakfast Club.
So people have been saying that, but people, if you look at some of her behaviors before,
and some of her facial expressions and some of the stuff that she said and the way she answered certain questions, it was just like she a mean girl.
I'm gonna have to go on there and look.
Yeah, she's very passive aggressive. She's one of those people that she talks through her teeth and she kind of go like this and you ask me this and it's like, who is you talking to? Like, I'm that type of person. Like, why you talking through your teeth, or why you looking at me like she be? It's very passive aggressive, and I don't like stuff like that because I'm like, you need to just say it with your chest if you got a problem. So I could see how her and Amanda, who is very, how they could kind of butt heads, and they said that once Issa got her Hollywood makeover, you know, there was claims of, and this is all allegedly, that she had different things to lighten her skin, that she's done different plastic subtle changes to change her facial structure, she's been wearing her hair longer, changing her outfits and things like that. And they said that once she started going into that Hollywood, you know, role that she was playing, that she became this mean girl. And that it's kind of a popularity contest of who she wants to get close to, because she was kind of climbing the ladder, which is crazy because it seemed like she's at that ceiling where she's not really going any further than where she was.
Right, and
which is not happening.
I think there's a reason for that, and I think a lot of it has to do with her personality. But something else I was going to say. She you know, as far as the stuff with Amanda Seales, like, I believe the directive came from her to not let Amanda Seales
and that's what
party, but
everyone's
she wasn't
saying.
at the party. So, you know, her go-to is that I wasn't even there. So I don't know what happened.
Right.
I wasn't even
Amanda
there.
said she's seen her and some of the cast members standing there and watching. That's what she claims. So Issa said she
So
wasn't there, but Amanda said, B, I was looking at you in your face and you ain't do nothing. I was looking at all y'all. Y'all was just standing there, you know. So it's a lot of varying stories.
yeah,
A lot of people that came out said the story is closer to what Amanda is alleging more than Issa.
yeah.
So we see some of the cast being on Amanda's side. We see some of the cast being on Issa's side.
But I just feel like
So
they both need to let the shit go now,
it needs
because
to
at
be
the end
done.
of the day, neither one of them are really growing anymore because they stuck on this bullshit. Like,
Well,
let
people
the
don't
shit
like
go.
angry, bitter people. People don't want to work with somebody that always got getting into it with somebody, or oh, she a mean girl. Oh,
Period.
she hard to work with. That type of stuff ruins careers. Let's not forget, we got white superstars, Lindsay Lohan, Hillary Duff, you know, that had the momagers. They got kicked off of a lot of stuff because people don't want to work with that. You know,
Yeah.
especially as Black women, that's the last thing we want to be seen in professional settings as hard to work with or bitter or angry. We don't want that. So I think that they need to make amends, whether it's not even, you know, just squashing it, just, hey, let's just not talk about it no more.
Right.
We don't
I think
gotta
they should
rock,
just
we
watch
don't gotta
it.
see
Don't
each
talk about
other.
it each
Just
other, or don't talk about it no more, and don't talk to each other no more. Like, just move on. Like each other don't exist. Like at this point, let it go.
yeah. So hopefully those two can figure out some common ground. But the story has literally been heating up every couple days. It's something somebody said this and Amanda said this and Issa, because Issa just was the last one to say I would never work with her. I think she was on Hot Ones or she was on something and she said, oh, I'd never work with her again. I would never. And you know, but Amanda was talking about her on Shay Shay. So I think that y'all both had y'all both said y'all piece. Okay, we get it. Y'all don't rock with each other. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the celebrity deaths this week. We
Yeah.
are losing people left and right, guys. We need some prayers going up to our culture. Our culture, we're losing a lot of people. So it has been said that John Amos has lost his life. And it has been stated that he died August 21st, guys. He died
But
August
it's
21st.
coming out like he just
It's
died.
coming out today. It's coming out today.
That's crazy.
We don't know why, but the family chose to keep it private, not even private. They just didn't let anyone know that happened. And they're saying that a lot of his, you know, his fans and people are not going to be able to celebrate his death because they said that all that has already taken place, that he's already done in the ground.
Yeah.
So, and if you guys know, that's the father off Good Times, you know, big strong man. That was the man, you know. James
he was also
was
on he was on Die Hard 2. That's my favorite movie. Die Hard 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and he played in so many movies and shows. He's a staple in our community. And you know, we're going to miss him, but I do feel like it's really kind of sad that we didn't really get to grieve because we're finding out months later that he died.
Yeah, I hadn't, like, I knew that I saw the report that he passed, but I hadn't really had a chance to sit down and read the report, so I didn't realize that he passed a whole month ago.
Yeah, the reports are just coming out this afternoon, but yeah, they have his death date as August 21st. So you guys send a prayer out to the family.
Absolutely.
And so we also have the Kembe Mutombo. If you guys know from the no, you know, he was our NBA star turned commercial actor. He said he felt like he had his second claim to fame when he had that commercial. And he says even when he went overseas, people would be going like this to him, you know. So he said that meant a lot to him. And he died at 54 from they say he had a long battle with brain cancer.
Yeah.
So definitely to him, we're gonna miss you. I know I'm gonna bring that back. I'm gonna be coming up to people like I'm smacking stuff out their hand just to remember him. So if I smack something out your hand, don't take it personal. I'm grieving, okay? So let's get into there is a new investigation discovery documentary, and it's going to be focused on Chris Brown. And it's going to be
I'm glad you brought that up.
they're going to be having actual victims to these crimes. And let's not forget, Chris has been accused of a lot of crimes over the years, which include assault, sexual assault, tampering with evidence.
Next to Diddy.
They said that he also has criminal trespassing, criminal damages of property. So they said that they have a lot of the victims of these actual crimes are coming on the documentary to talk about what happened. And this is kind of different than what we've ever seen, you know, from these things, because a lot of these people already had their cases open and closed with him,
right,
with no resolution. So they're, you know, at this point, they can say whatever, you know, they can give us whatever account because they're not under no NDAs or anything. So they're saying that it's going to be some bombshells going on. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this is something that you guys are want to see, or a lot of the public are crying for people to leave Chris Brown alone? What do you guys think?
Well, at first I kind of was like, leave him alone, like he's done, like he did his time. And because I felt like it was just going to be, because when you see the promos, it looked like it's primarily about the Rihanna situation. And I'm just like, that has been so long ago. And
too long.
I just feel like, you know, he's going through what he's done what he needed to do. He's going through what he needed to go through. Like they both, like she has forgiven him. So it's like at some point, everybody needs to move on. But I didn't realize that it was kind of compiling like all of the charges that he's had. So I guess I see it in a sense, but I do think it sucks though, because I mean, you know, seemingly he's been, you know, kind of quiet and you kind of away from all of that stuff for a little bit of time now. And now it's like coming back to bite him again. But to me, that's also a nod to him and to anybody else out there, like, quit doing dumb shit, because this is the kind of shit that happens and that follows you. And you know you have this career, and you know you're in the public eye, and you know how the public is. So at some point, you gotta grow the fuck up and just quit playing. So I mean, you know, I still fought him. I mean, it sucks that, you know, you got somebody that's, you know, finna unearth all of this stuff and bring it back to the forefront. But this is the consequence. Like, this is the consequence of repeatedly doing dumb shit. So he just gonna have to stomach it. You know, I mean, you know, hopefully you don't go in a downward spiral because of this stuff going on or whatever. But this is the thing that happens, and you fuck around and get blackballed, and people don't want to work with you, and they don't want to, you know, give you access to be able to do certain stuff. When in reality, perhaps you do deserve to be able to have the chance to do certain things or whatever. But now they're, you know, now they're judging you based on stuff that you've done in the past, and that's a reason to keep your nose clean and stay away from all of this bullshit. And you know that's all I can really say on it. I mean, I do think it's.
I did want to give a shout out to our transcenders. Hey, hashtag.
Yes.
Hey.
Glad to see you in. And then we have Corey. Hopefully he'll be tearing up the comments like he did last week.
Right.
What do you think about the Chris Brown documentary coming out, Tiff?
Well, I mean, y'all listen. If they ain't learned by the Diddy, they just need to just go ahead and sit down. Just go on, sit down. It ain't worth it. Your anger, you got that much anger issues. You need to go see a therapist, boo. I'm just saying. It's like, yes, he did his time. You know, I remember the whole Rihanna incident and everything. He did his time, but you know, let's just not go there again. You know, let's just not have another Diddy. You know, all these females and whoever is coming out and then, oh, he did this and that. I can't wait to see the documentary to see what's really going on, because I got cable now, y'all. So I ain't missing nothing.
I got cable now.
I ain't missing nothing. I was like super clueless on what was going on, but you know, Diddy is so nationwide, and that's sad how it's just nationwide. Chris Brown is not hearing about it, you know, so it's minimum. It's mediocre with the Chris Brown situation.
Well,
Chris
a lot of his stuff is
sit down.
Yeah, definitely sit down. But he has been, he's been relatively quiet. He's been doing his world tour, and his tour has been selling out, especially the pictures. Have you guys seen the pictures that the fans have been taking with Chris Brown? They've been jumping all on him, and I mean, bending on over, holding his hands, looking at him in the eyes and stuff. And he's been doing really, really good as far as his behavior. He's been out of trouble. He's been out of legal trouble. He hasn't had any criminal charges. But like James said, a lot of the time you have to watch what you do in your youth, because it will come back to haunt you, no matter how long it has been.
Absolutely.
But we've had multiple documentaries of him and the Rihanna situation. So this documentary promises to bring new victims, new crimes, especially like, there were photographers that he was, breaking their cameras when they would be outside of his home.
Yeah.
So they said they got photographers coming. They have, let's not forget when him and Drake were beefing, they had an incident where they were throwing glass bottles at each other in the club, and one of the women was hit and has had a traumatic injury ever since then. So we have a lot of victims that could possibly be coming out and speaking against him. So, we'll be keeping you guys updated on that, and hopefully, he could stay out of trouble. But I do feel like, especially with the Rihanna situation, they do need to leave it alone. Like, he served his time. That girl is with another, they got kids with other people, they're in relationships. And I just think it's actually kind of disrespectful to her to keep bringing up one of the worst moments of her life. Let her be done with that. She's happy. She loving her kids, loving her man, let her move on.
I don't think I don't think it's going to do anything in terms of like his fan base or anything like that. It's they're just drudging up. This just bringing this stuff up. And,
I mean, I think in light of Diddy, this is what's popular right now. Finding out allegations on a new celebrity. So
it's definitely going to stir up emotion and that sort of thing. But in terms of his genuine fan base, I don't think it's really going to affect it.
And we also have reports of an alleged Trey Songz documentary being in the works.
I did hear a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Trey has had many of celebrities come out and say that he's been inappropriate with them. He has Instagram models named Rachel claiming that he, trapped her. And then we also had Keke Palmer saying that he trapped her in a video shoot. She was in a closet. There's actual video of her hiding in a closet from him because she did not want to be around him because she said he was acting weird that night. So I think that this is just kind of first of the many of these to come. So if you know that you did some stuff, you might want to watch your back. You might want to watch your back. You might want to get them victims. You might want to get to writing some checks. I don't know, but they coming from it. Listen, if Diddy would have wrote that check,
that's what happened.
Check to Cassie before she made that stuff public, he would not be sitting in that cell. But anywho, so let's move on to the next one. So we talked about this a little bit before. Prize is suing Lauryn Hill for breach of contract for breach of contract, fraud is definitely one of them. And he is basically alleging that Lauryn Hill came up with all these dumb reasons and to cancel the tour, the Fuji tour, that was literally set to take off the next day or the day of is when they got word that it was canceled. And they're saying that she literally just didn't want to do the stuff, that she was not showing up to the rehearsals. They said she did not show up to any of the rehearsals, and they said they had months of rehearsals that she did not show up to. They said she did not sign contracts with vendors. They said that she did not provide money for touring, for security. Basically, they didn't hear from her up until the day before the show. And they like, well, what are we supposed to do? So a lot of the people backed out. And if we know anything from Toni Braxton back in the day when she had to cancel her world tour, you owe them people that money. A lot of investors invested into that, the Fuji tour, and people spend a lot of money. So they are looking at that financial backlash. So he is suing her so that he doesn't have to pay for all the costs of everything that he says is her fault. And the bad part is, Lauryn Hill has a track record of this. We have our own James Johnson making it to what would have been one of her last shows ever.
Yeah, that was it.
That was this is it. James didn't know it was it.
First of all, y'all not gonna put me out there like that. Y'all not gonna.
Barely made it.
Barely. And James talked about he was 3 hours late and he beat Lauryn there. So how the heck? How did that happen?
I refuse to sit here while you bash my Lauryn Hill. You're not gonna do that.
They gonna call you down to the witness.
First of all,
they're gonna say, James Johnson, what time did you arrive at the concert?
First of all, Praz ain't nobody to be talking. No. Now you know what?
I know that's right. No, for real.
Listen, you know what? The reality, the sad reality is that she really does have a track record of that. I don't know why my gut, I feel like he's not gonna win the lawsuit. But because my understanding was that the ticket sales were low. And I imagine the ticket sales were low because she has a track record of not showing up.
Right.
Or, of canceling the show. I mean, think back to, what was it, like October or November or December? Like, people was literally, and mind you, people came from out of town and flew in and all that stuff. It was like at the arena when she canceled the show or whatever. And it's just like, you can't keep doing that, and people losing their money and like missing work and spending all this money on clothes and shoes and hair, getting their hair done and all. Like, you as an artist, like, you really do have to think of that stuff. Like, it's not just about you. So the reality is, she does have a track record of doing that. So I would imagine that the ticket sales were low. Like, we're not even gonna front like it was sold out when I went to the show. It wasn't. It was a lot of space that was now, it was a lot of people there, but it definitely was a lot of seats that were not sold. And she does still be an amazing show, but I think a lot of people have been burned enough that they're not spending that money on the tickets. So I honestly believe that the ticket sales were low, and once the sales are so low, them shows will get canceled. So now, as far as them saying they didn't know XYZ or whatever, I could believe that, because I don't think she communicates very well with anybody else or with them. So and again, this is like we say, it's all alleged. It's all alleged, and we're basically going off of things that we've heard and some things that we do know. But I don't think that the communication is necessarily there. I feel like she knows and she believes that she is the top of the totem pole, and she's the only one who need to know XYZ or whatever, and everybody else just fall in line. And that's just, unfortunately, that's just a Lauryn Hill thing. So in my gut, I feel like he's not gonna win the lawsuit, no way. And then when you really think about it, how are you trying to come at somebody for wrongdoing and you finna do prison time over the shit that you did? Like, stop playing. Like, I don't think
because he got to owe that restitution. He needed that money.
Right. I don't think he's gonna win no lawsuit. To me, that's just stupid. Because if that was the case, why is Wyclef not out here suing? Like, why would it?
But Wyclef also has a lot more he has a lot more opportunities. To entertain.
But to me, that wouldn't matter.
He goes on tour with Shakira and a lot of the reggae people and stuff.
Yeah, so. But to me, that wouldn't matter. I wouldn't give a fuck what opportunities I got. If I gotta pay for something that's your fault, then we're gonna have a lawsuit or whatever. I don't give a fuck what opportunities I have. So that leads me to believe also that Praz is just full of shit. Like, I just think he's full of it. He, out of the three of them, he's the one who most needs the money of doing these shows. So, like, he needs the money the most because he's doing the least of the three of them. Like, obviously they've all had their own solo careers, but Lauryn was like crazy successful. Wyclef was crazy successful. Mm-hmm. Like, his albums did very well. He was constantly right in there producing for all of these people. I mean, he was all over Destiny's Child shit, like in the very beginning of their career.
This is the remix. You know that's my song. Yeah, so
I mean,
I don't really know.
I think Prize is just, he might rightfully so feel like he got burned or whatever, but I think it was ticket sales.
Yeah, it was the ticket sales. I mean, but if he can find just cause to why, the ticket sales were low, if it was her fault, which I don't think he can really prove that, we'll just have to kind of see. I think he's just grasping at straws because he does need that, money, because he has his own charges and things going on. So let's get into the biggest story of the week, y'all. I couldn't click on a social media page without seeing and did. And so I hope y'all know we talking about my girl Cardi B and Offset.
Hold up. How the fuck is she talking about she had major surgery? Pregnant. She done lost her goddamn mind. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Cardi B saying she had major plastic surgery as well as allegedly sleeping with people while she was pregnant. The baby was only born maybe a month or two ago. Like I'm just
that girl. What is she sipping on?
I don't know what kind of Bacardi.
What you been drinking? What you been sipping now? What you been drinking? He ain't drunk, he ain't drunk,
lay back.
Oh my gosh, you are so
the
funny.
old school. She had to be.
Hey, look, you remember that from Dipset? She ain't drunk, she ain't drunk,
That might be a little bit before my time.
It probably is.
I really wasn't into rap like that.
Y'all, we got all
one that got to be the gospel child. Be quiet, Tiffany.
I wasn't allowed.
I mean, it wasn't about me going to churches. I just wasn't into. I was into rap, but I couldn't keep up like with the names of who it was, honey. Because
I know,
I had my certain ones.
Oh, wait, y'all. So let's get into this Cardi B and Offset situation. So if you guys don't know, Cardi B and Offset have been going through a divorce. This is the second time that they have filed, and this is the first time that they have. Yes, this is the first time that they have been quote unquote separated. So we have them going back and forth, and they've been in the blogs throwing shots at each other, saying little things. But they have so-called been separated, but they have been reconciling due to certain things, their child being born, certain holidays they spent with each other. But now it seems that Cardi B is officially done with Offset. Offset has been alleged that he had someone pregnant while she was pregnant with their child. It also is alleged that Cardi B had charges stemming from her paying for someone to attack his affair partner. So she had to deal with those charges, not only criminally, but civilly pay thousands of dollars to get over those legal troubles. And Offset supposedly had this woman at his birthday party, and they were photographed together. So Cardi B has been on live saying F you, I got new music coming out, whatever. And we saw Offset calling her. He was calling her back to back. He was trying to knock her off live. Y'all know how people do that. They get to calling your phone and boom, now your whole setup then went down. So he was calling her. Next thing you know, she was talking about how she's single and she about to show him and she got a new man and this and that. And Offset dropped a bombshell under the comments and said, that's why it came out that she was sleeping with another man while she was carrying their child. And so there was a lot of mixed feelings with people. There was a lot of people cheering her on, like, girl, do whatever, because he didn't drug you through the mud. There's a lot of, especially men, that were saying that's a little too far. You don't do things like that while you're pregnant. And what Cardi had to say to those allegations, she said, and did. So she basically copped to whatever he said.
Twitter did.
Yes, she did. She definitely made a tweet about it. They both were going at each other on Twitter. He had said allegedly that Takeoff, who is deceased now, had warned him about Cardi B. And there was a lot saying that, you know, before the Takeoff's death, the Migos had broke up. Offset and Cardi B on one side, and Quavo and Takeoff on one side, and they were saying that she was the kind of thing in the middle that broke them up. So it's just kind of crazy of what's going on. So after that, they were throwing shots at each other. They were arguing publicly, with Offset basically equating Cardi B to just another baby mom. He said, "You my baby mom, I won." So he just kind of just diminished and said, you know, F you being my wife, if you have any kind of respect. And we have a lot of men saying, you know, that you can't turn a hoe into a housewife and he should have known. You know, but we have a lot of women saying, hey, he was cheating on you before y'all even got married. So what do you guys think? What do you guys have to say about that?
He was cheating on her. He was cheating on her big time. That's what I'm saying. These men sit up here, they want to be with these big booty BBL chicks and carrying on cute, you know, cute face, thin in the waist, big butt and all that other stuff. And y'all still cheating on. Make it make sense. Y'all don't make sense. Why? Because you can't handle the attitude. You can't handle them doing what they do. So you get upset. You knew how she was when you got with her.
Yeah.
Vice versa. It don't make sense.
I agree.
You've been cheating on her way before then. Now that sleeping with somebody when she was pregnant, y'all, come on, let's keep it. You say things when you're in the heat of the moment when you're upset. I kind of doubt. It's alleged. I kind of doubt she did that. That's just my opinion.
I don't know that. I don't know if I doubt that she did it, but the real question is, were they still together? Because to my knowledge or to my understanding, they weren't really together too much longer after when she got pregnant.
After that.
So I mean, if they weren't together, I mean, women break up with somebody while they're pregnant and get with somebody else and be having sex all the time. Like if y'all,
that's all the time, but I mean, I don't think she would take it that low.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess I just question whether they were still together. But difference
between a woman cheating while being pregnant and a man cheating while having somebody pregnant? Is there a difference in you guys' eyes? Do you think one is worse? I
don't feel like it should be treated any different.
That's how I feel. But
I don't think it should be treated any different. And the reality is, he's been cheating on her the whole time. So
and he supposedly had someone else pregnant who went through, this is allegedly, that had an abortion but was pregnant during her pregnancy. Right. So, you know, we have a comment from Corey saying she may have had her reasons, but being pregnant and cheating is diabolical. But she was pregnant.
I agree with that, so but I guess we have to.
She was already feeling some type of way when when they separated the first time. He messed around on her the first time. Y'all got to realize there's no going back. She tried it. So, you know, in her head, she's like, you know what? I really do love this dude. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try it again. I'm back pregnant again. You know what I'm saying? But it's like after that first time, that post-traumatic, it's like she's back still thinking about that, you know, so it's definitely right.
I agree with Corey, but I think it has to be clarified too whether they were even still together.
Well, they were separated and had filed for divorce before the baby was conceived. Gotcha. They reconciled, and see, that's what I got pregnant, but then they still stayed separated. They had their, you know, he had moved out of the home. He was staying in a different home. And he was out doing him. He had his birthday party. He had multiple women at the birthday party. He invited his former affair partner to the birthday party. He was just photographed with another ex-girlfriend.
Right, but you're not gonna tell me that he wasn't fucking around while they were separated.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. They're saying he was photographed doing all these things. He was with two exes. He was doing this. He had new girls. He was on the he had somebody at a red carpet event. So he was very outwardly cheating. He's always been that way. But
is it considered cheating if y'all are separated and a divorce has been filed? Like,
I don't think it is, because
I don't feel like that's cheating though. I mean, I understand
that's not cheating.
To me, that's not cheating. Like, I understand that, okay, yeah, y'all are still married, but y'all ain't together. Y'all ain't living together. Y'all filed for divorce. Like, so what if the divorce takes 3 years? So you shouldn't date or fuck with anybody in that 3 years because y'all technically are still married? Like, fuck all that. Like, to me, that's not cheating.
Yeah, like we have Channing Tatum and Jenna DeWine, you know, from Step Up. They met on Step Up. They were married all those years.
Right.
They have been going through a divorce for 6 years.
Yeah.
6 years they had to separate all that money. And in both of those times, she's married, she has a child, he's engaged to Zoe Kravitz. So it's like, you know, what is it when you're, you know, you're not living together, you're building separate lives. Corey said tit for tat destroys relationships, they might as well be apart. I think that's what they're trying to do now.
I agree, Corey. I agree.
We have Cardi B also, but we do have her providing us with some salacious texts that Offset has sent her. He has been calling and texting her, telling her how much he means to him and that he wants to come home. He also had a very interesting request. He requested, this was at 8:30 a.m. after they had argued the night before. He had requested, hey, can I call you and pleasure myself while you're on the phone? So she definitely posted that on Twitter. And he got upset. She called him a thirsty man. He called her a thought. You know, they've been going back and forth. Man. But I think this kind of put the nail in the coffin of them getting back together, because even in previous years, if they didn't go at each other like that. So I think that when y'all start telling business and fighting publicly, that's kind of when it's really over. Like, dang, like, you know, we don't have no respect anymore.
Yeah, it sucks. But
yeah,
right.
definitely a freaky boy. What Kendrick say? He a 69 guy.
Right. So I guess
So
we'll see what happens,
yeah, but the crazy thing is, you know, Offset did all that, and when he found out about Cardi B, he was Elizabeth, take me,
right.
take me home. Like, his heart couldn't, you know. And I'm a firm believer in, you know, don't dish it if you can't take it. Especially when you know you love that person, when you know that's your person, and especially if y'all stood before God and took an oath, no matter what, you gotta have some kind of respect for them. And if you're not happy, if you're not happy in a relationship, please move on. Cheating puts people, it's a trauma. It changes people's lives, and it ain't even worth it. It's not even worth it. So, you know, I hope these two can move on and find happiness without each other. But
I think they will.
It's a lot. And so I know we're winding down the show.
I actually got some breaking news actually.
I just had one last shout out to do. We have T-Pain celebrating his 40th birthday.
Yes.
T-Pain has been rising up on Twitch. He is one of the most followed Twitch users right now. He is making even more money on Twitch than he is touring or making music. So shout out to T-Pain. I asked some of our Transcenders, what is your favorite T-Pain song? So if you guys want to drop below, what is your favorite T-Pain song?
I'ma buy you a drink. I'ma take you home. I got money in the bank. Tell you what you think. But let me tell you what. When that song came out, y'all, I went to Florida to a cabaret. Y'all, that is all we heard. That song, swear that it was like it came out like that month or whatever. It was like solely new. And man, it was like when we get down there, got the car and everything, we turn on that radio. Every other song was him. It was like, who is this T-Pain dude? Get back to Ohio, same thing. I said, oh my God. And it just stuck in my head.
He definitely dropped. We have one of our Transcenders saying Chopped and Screw is one of their favorite songs. Now, y'all should know what my favorite song is. I'm in love with a stripper. She popping, she rolling, she rolling. She climbing that pole. I be taking my pole lessons. I'll throw that on real quick. You know, if I'm feeling like I'm feeling a little frisky. So, T-Pain, we love you. Thank you for bringing us so much music over the years. Thank you for actually having, you know, he made the auto-tune rap and singing definitely popular in our era. He also has a wonderful voice. He won the Masked Singer So if you guys ever want to doubt T-Pain's actual talent, please watch The Masked Singer and hear him use his real voice. He's a phenomenal singer and phenomenal artist. James, do you have a favorite T-Pain song?
Probably between Buy You a Drink and I'm in love with a stripper.
I'm in love with a stripper, and she got
the body of a goddess and the booty so fat.
Now that's the remix. Now let me tell you about the remix. That ain't nothing wrong about that. And let me tell you, Corey, while he talking about Cat Queen on that pole, hey, listen, you must have seen some. You must have got some footage of me. Make sure y'all follow me on all platforms, Cat Queen.
He said, "Look,"
because I will be posting more of my polling journey. I have been doing a lot of classes. Actually, I took a class at B Fitness, and I had a wonderful instructor. I told her I would give her a shout out. If I could find her info. Yeah, so we have Rachel Horton. She is an aerial and pole class instructor from B Fitness. And you guys can go to info@bfitnesscle.com if you want to get any info on any pole classes. So if you want to be popping and rolling, if you want to get down like T-Pain stripper, go ahead and hit up B Fitness in Cleveland. They have a wonderful classes, and that's where I go. So I will be sharing a little bit more of my journey as I progress into it. I had Tiffany on the quiet as it kept. Tiffany was on the little one in my room. She gave a little spin and whirl and twirl.
Man, you have to have a lot of muscle strength. And you know what? When you look at it, to me it's an art form because you know these girls, you know, you do what you do. That's your business. You know, if that's how you want to make your money. But at the end of the day, when you're, I'm sorry. Okay. At the end of the day, you know, I look at it like when I was looking at P Valley. So when I was watching P Valley and my girl got up on that pole, it was like watching art. Yeah. I'm playing. And you ain't got to worry about me, sir.
Virtual high five to you, Corey. That's what I'm talking about. Virtual high five to you. That was good. That was good.
I ain't fighting no fire, so you ain't got to.
I'm so dead. So yeah, to all our pole dancers, make that money, girl. Don't let it make you.
Yeah, don't make it make you.
Mm-hmm. James, They told me. Mm-hmm. You got to use what you got to get
what you want. Wow. But if that's all you got, you must don't want too much.
So look.
That was the movie, wasn't it? You got to do it like this, Cat. If that's all you got, you just don't want too much, because her mouth was swollen.
I just came to dance for y'all, and that's it. Okay, let's get to the next hot topic, because I'll be quoting Players Club all day if y'all let me. Look at
so actually, before you do that, breaking news: they actually have released the cause of death for Rich Homie Quan. So
what was it?
They said that let me pull it up. I'm sorry. Rich Homie Quan, you know, who passed away last month. What was it? September 5th that he passed away. They said that he died from a toxic mix of several different drugs, including fentanyl. They went on to say that he died from the combined effects of fentanyl, alprazolam. I know I'm saying that wrong. Codeine and promethazine. So all of that. So all of that mixed together, and then of course he was. They said he had THC in the system, so he was smoking weed too. But he didn't die from the weed; he died from the mix of promethazine.
So it was codeine, which that's nothing but
promethazine, codeine.
Well, it's cough syrup, but it is a narcotic if you're using it too much more than what the amount is recommended, which is just a couple teaspoons.
Well, what took him out was that fentanyl.
Yeah, it really was the fentanyl, but they said that if he would not have taken all of that at once, that maybe he would have had a better outcome. But when you have a cocktail like that,
Yeah.
and that's what most of the celebrities, you know, Mac Miller, we got the Angus Cloud guy that died from God, what does that show me and Katia watch all the time with Zendaya? Euphoria. But yeah, that combination is really what does them in. And it's more than just an overdose, because a lot of times they'll just say overdose, but his was the combination of all of them. Because
Yes.
some of them slow your heart rate, some of them slow your brain, some of them slow your breathing. So it's just like that combination is deadly. And a lot of those people are able to take those different drugs maybe on their own, but you know, with it mixed in together. And then when Rich Homie Quan was laid to rest, his family had asked people not to take pictures, and there were people that were live at the funeral that were taking pictures of his body, and basically disrespecting the family. We also had different speakers disrespecting the mother of his child. They were bringing up multiple women that he had, you know, had relations with, and I just feel like it was just, yeah, they were joking on the mic at the funeral and was saying, you know, how many women said they was with him? I mean, still respect to his woman, but blah blah blah. But why would you say that at his, like, I just couldn't believe that was said. Like, people were joking, and it just didn't really sit right with me with what happened with Rich Homie. And it's sad that he went down like that. And there was a legend that had his brother you know, intervene when he found him passed out on the floor, that he may have lived.
How long was it when he found him?
That he was not found dead until 11 in the morning. His brother said that he laid him down at 11 p.m. that night, 10 p.m., 11 p.m. that night. He said he was passed out on the floor with food in his mouth. But they said that this was a normal occurrence. They said that he often was found, you know, high or you know, he was out of his mind. This is allegedly that he would be passed out and they would just put him to bed and he would be cool in the morning. But you don't know what happened. But you know, hopefully his family can really get some closure knowing what happened. And the crazy part is that now when people die of these drug overdoses or of these things, they're starting to go after the dealers. So anybody that dealt him something, you might want to watch your back, because you know, y'all selling stuff that people don't even be knowing they really taking for real. So hopefully we do see some kind of charges or something stem from this, because you know, these addicts and these people that are dealing with, you know, drug use, sometimes they're not able to control themselves, and people are taking advantage of that, especially when they have so much money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, y'all, this is just crazy.
So you got one more story for us, though?
Yes, I have one more story, and we're going to talk about Boosie.
Baby.
Boosie, man. Boosie has been in the blogs for a lot of just crazy things. He's facing a lot of backlash due to his parenting style, and he has been parenting his daughter and his sons very different. He has, and both of his daughters actually have said that he hates them, that he treats them like second-class citizens. And his one daughter is an actual amazing artist. If you guys listen to some of her music, she's very talented, but she is a lesbian. And Boosie said he does not agree with her lifestyle. He does not allow her girlfriend to come into the home. He does not allow her to talk about any of lesbianism, and he really doesn't like how she dresses. She says she comes to visit him or comes to the house, and he'll kick her out or not let her in, depending on what she looks like or what she's talking about. And we see him, you know, he has a son named Tootie Raw, who just recently did that video with T.I.'s son. And in the video and the song, they're talking about sex. They're having girls in there. So it's just kind of weird that he's being very conservative with the daughter, but with the sons, he's being very hypersexual. Let's not forget, he was ordering his sons strippers for their birthdays as preteens, and was pushing them that my son need to be doing this, and my son, if he ain't doing this, he gay. And if he, you know, so he's hypersexualizing his sons. But his daughter, who is in a lesbian relationship that she's been in for a while, he is, you know, coming out saying crazy things against her. And he also has another daughter that he famously took her car back and took everything away from her because he said she was acting like a thought, or she wasn't acting how he wanted. So how do you guys feel about parents, especially fathers, that over sexualize their son, but then they treat their daughter a certain way?
Big Mom was like that. she would let
you see it. I mean, you see it a lot with a lot of families.
Yeah, she would let my uncle do, basically whatever. And then my mom, by her being a girl, different. So, and I see that with both of my boys too. Like, the stuff that I did, the stuff that I wanted to do, when I was in high school, I wasn't allowed to do. But, Cameron as a boy, it was like, oh, let him go ahead and do it. And I'm like, wait, what? And it's just, I see that with boys is different. I don't know why that is. I just don't. But girls, no.
Yeah, James, what do you think? Do you think it's a difference between that? And do you think it's a difference because of her sexuality?
I mean, honestly, I think you should. It's hard to say that you should treat your kids the same, but I mean, I don't think just in terms of the stuff that's going on with them now, like I'm just thinking specifically in terms of how he's treating her because of the fact that she's gay, and that's something that's been. It ain't nothing that's brand new. I mean, he's been going on and on about that for some time now, and just kind of saying wild stuff. And I say wild stuff, in terms of how I look at it and how a lot of people look at it. And everybody has their own opinions and whatnot, but you can't tell somebody how to live their life. And I understand the perspective of a child, and you want certain things for your kids and whatnot, but they need to be able to live for themselves and live their own lives. And she's not hurting anybody. And clearly her siblings love her. But to go on a national platform and to say, blatantly, like, I don't want her corrupting my other kids. Like, who says that about their kids?
Freaking did.
And to me, like, to come back with the apology is bullshit. And we just gonna be honest, like, that's bullshit. But
he has, it's so crazy that he thinks that's corrupting his kids when he's brought half naked women to dance in front of his children.
Make it make sense.
Both sexes.
I think he's just a different breed and a different case altogether.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to pair him with anybody else because he's just a different breed and a different case altogether. Like, the shit that he has done, that we know of that he has done, it's just like, wow. And for you to come at her and have an issue with her and how she living her life and she not hurting nobody, but all the stuff that you have done, and you brought strippers in for your 13-year-old kids.
Yeah, it was 13. Yep, like, 13th birthday. And claimed that he paid for him to. He alluded that he, for one of his sons, bought him a prostitute to maybe lose his virginity with.
Something is wrong with him altogether, I think. But,
it is.
It ain't just this stuff. It ain't just the stuff with his daughter. Something is just wrong with him altogether. I think the apology is bullshit. Like, he's getting enough backlash now that for him it made sense to come back and say I'm sorry and I love you, my baby. Man, shut up. Like, it's to me it's fake. To me it's fake. Yeah, to me it's fake. And I mean, people gonna do what they do with their own. So
he definitely wild, and I think he's part of a certain generation, part of a certain type of people that he will never be canceled for real, because it's a lot of people that hold those same ideals, that like the hypersexualization of the men, but want to control that within the women, whether that's the sexuality of her being gay or whether that's the other daughter that he was calling a thought, and and it's just like.
But I think that's
language that he's using.
But a lot of that is issues with society too, because people have been canceled for ignorant shit that, like why, and then you have people like the Diddy's and like the other people out here that, they just been running free.
Yeah, it's been kind of a free for all, and I think that it is a lot of people that are undoing that, but it just kind of. I don't know. It's like a whole bunch of people that's holding on to the old days, and there's a whole bunch of people that's trying to usher in a new wave. And it's
like it's something with our culture. Like it's something with our culture. Like when our women complain about shit and they say that XYZ is happening and somebody so and so did this to me, like we drag our people and we make them like go, tooth and nail and like really have to try to prove this shit that somebody did something to them. But then when white girls and stuff like when other races, we ain't gonna just gonna say just white girls, but when other races complain about shit, they do something right then.
Well, that's what we saw with Cassie. There were plenty of people that had allegations, but until it was somebody reputable and that was
Like they was
pretty,
dogging the
had
fuck
a
out of him until they saw the video. Then it was
right,
like,
they was. Yeah, they
oh,
was. Corey said, and to be honest, on some real, we are over sexual as a culture.
absolutely.
He said 100%, James. You on it with your opinions. So yeah, I do think we are over sexualized, but I think it's not in a good way. I think people aren't educated on proper sexual, as kids. We didn't learn. I mean, we learned about, certain things and pregnancies and stuff, but people didn't really tell people like, you're gonna be tied to this person for the rest of your life, or this
Yeah.
can happen, this can happen. Doing these mistakes as a child could be detrimental to your life. I think we're trying to control the children in a way we've beaten down on them, especially the women.
Yeah.
But then we
sucks.
give them all these messages. All they see is sex every day on TV shows, on YouTube, on TikTok,
Everywhere.
on the music.
Everywhere.
Like
Yeah.
when I listen to music with my nephews, there's not really anything that we could listen to together like that. Like I remember when I was younger, we had the Bow Wows and the B2Ks and the Little Romeo and stuff, and they would sing, they little, oh, I'm gonna walk you home from school.
Remember
But it
Immature?
wasn't immature, but it's just like, we could have that music and go to those concerts and know the kids, they ain't being overly, when I used to be dancing and stuff, I didn't think of it like that. I wasn't thinking about, oh, I'm trying to be sexy, or I'm about to shake my booty. I just was having fun. I was being a kid.
Yeah.
And I think that these kids are just not given that leeway, especially with the access to the internet and the media that's being put out. So I don't know. Boosie, I don't know, but they saying that he has a lot more charges coming at him stemming from other things. So we may be seeing Boosie locked up soon as well.
I don't know. I just think the whole thing is crazy. And like I said, like they dragged Cassie until that video came out, and they was dragging Meg Thee Stallion until the truth really came out. And then even after the fact, people still
they still are conspiracy theorists. Well, maybe this or maybe
and this is
that,
why this is why a lot of women don't come forward, or this is why they take forever to come forward, because they know that this shit that's gonna happen.
The man started it, the Too Shorts, Uncle Luke's, and the women in rap now just continuing it. Yeah. I mean, we do know. I mean, we can get deep into it. The slaves were oversexed because they wanted us to produce more slaves for free. So they wanted us to be like that. They know that there's poverty and having children and getting sexual diseases. Let's not forget about the Tuskegee experiments, where they were literally giving Black men venereal diseases to take home to their wives. Mm-hmm. And so, it's something that is detrimental to our culture, but we really, and then just what I was about to say, took the words out of my mouth. We got to do better. Yeah, we gotta do better.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, that was all the hot topics I have for you guys today.
All right, y'all.
Well, okay, because Sister Girl got to get ready to go to bed.
I know, we all tired. We ready to wind down. Any last thoughts from our transcenders? If you have anything to say about Diddy or Boosie or anything, please drop them down below in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe, and share our show, and share your comments. Share our show, and tell people all about Diddy, all about the baby oil. However you feeling about it, let us know.
And listen,
I cannot stand going on Instagram. Instagram, y'all is some trash. Y'all be on some trash with the Diddy. Oh my God, and this baby oil.
But listen, for people who come on and they watch this after the fact, you can still comment. Leave your comments. We do still check that. And we do revisit that stuff. So make sure that you guys put your comments in there if you have comments, or if you have things to say, or notes and stuff. Also, again, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell so that you know when we go live, when we have new uploads. Thank you so much to all of the commentors. here on tonight. Corey, like you the top dog. Like we appreciate you. Listen, we appreciate you. We appreciate how active you are, and everybody who's been on here tonight. Hashtag, cuz queen, cuz.
Yeah, Queen. We got Queen. We got Katia. We got we got Kim. We got our new transcender, our roommate Ayo. He said he loves transcending the culture. So we reaching Nigeria, y'all. We international now.
My mom was on. She was on my page.
UGdigital.com. Make sure that you guys hit the website. Lots of updates going on with the website. The radio station is live, so you guys can listen to our radio station now. It is UGD Radio. Simply download TuneIn. It's an app that you can get in the Android and the Play Store, or you can get it on iTunes. It's called TuneIn, or you can go to www.tunein.com, and it'll also be added into the website, so you guys will be able to listen there as well. But the radio station is live. New shows are coming. The entertainment plug is coming back this coming Saturday, so you guys can catch that then. We're also building out UGD Live, so that's going to be coming soon. But in the meantime, just, catch us on the radio. And we'll be back with you guys next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is going to be our season finale, and then we'll be gone for a couple weeks, and we'll be back with a new season. And we'll, get you guys updated on everything that's going to be happening with the new season and the new guests that are going to be coming on. And we got some new stuff in store for you guys. So we appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Follow me at I Am James Grant across all platforms. I also have a second Instagram that is Authentically James, so you can get me there as well. But also across all platforms, it is I Am James Grant. Tiff look like she sleep up there. And Cat Queen, what you got?
I don't need
Tiff, drop your socials.
Socials that get off of here and go to bed.
Tiffany Milton, y'all, it's bad. I was at the stoplights, man, sleep. I'm talking about me. I'm like, oh, my bad. I'm like, no, like seriously, I was literally asleep. Like, listen, give me about 5 seconds.
We love you and appreciate you for coming on in your sleepiness. So go on and drop your socials so
Tiffany
you can get over here.
7 on all platforms.
Good night.
You guys can follow me at Cat Queen, all platforms, KATKWUEEN.
Period.
Listen, once again, we appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, you can watch the replay. UG Digital Podcasting and Radio .online. You can watch all of our videos, catch up on what you have missed. We'll be back with you guys next Tuesday for the season finale. We got a huge photo shoot coming up. And then top of November, we're going to be back with new episodes, new guests, and a few more new sprinkles that you guys are really going to love. I'm trying to pull something up real quick. I got the little spinner. There we go. I was going to say, sing a song of Sixpence or something for us, Cat Queen.
Wait, what?
You like, what?
I'm over here like Tiff. I'm halfway asleep, honey. I'm halfway to dreamland in my mind.
My computer freezing up.
Okay, well,
I was gonna say,
you guys, thank you for an amazing show. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We have Open Letters to a Survivor coming up on Sundays. We have Entertainment Plug. We have the Black Print and the Bucket List coming. We also have Cat Got Your Tongue coming. I will be dropping some of the pages on Thursday, October 3rd. If you guys don't know, that is officially Mean Girls Day. October 3rd. So I will be dropping some videos and some things with Cat Got Your Tongue on that day.
You ain't hear me. I said Issa Rae gonna be all over that, huh?
Right. Right.
I'm done. Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all. Bye.
Goodbye. Bye, everybody.
You're sleepy ass.